How's it going, guys? It's THEONE. We're back with another Etheria Restart video. Today I want to run through the top 5 best SRs in the game so you guys are well equipped for the global launch and know which SRs are actually hidden gems, because in this game SRs are broken. They're broken in PvP, they're broken in PvE. So in this video I will show you which ones you should keep your eye on. Let's get it.
I am the Lion Sin of Pride, the mighty Escanor, and welcome to the pinnacle of Gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.
Alright, so we're gonna start things off with a familiar face, the boy Marvel, or Marvelous, however you want to call him. He is really good. So he's really good in PvE and in PvP, especially in the higher ranks of PvP. Everyone's using him right now. It's a CC meta right now in the game, so a lot of people in the higher ranks of PvP are using Marvel in RTA, AI PvP. He's also really great PvE. So to quickly run down, I already spoke about what he can actually do in my Marvel is a PvP god video. Check that out if you haven't. So what he does basically is with his S or S3, he decreases speed by 30%, and he also decreases effect resistance by 40%. One of the only units in the game that can actually do this. And he also has the chance to decrease enemies turn meter by 40% as well. That's really good. Nice control. His skill 2 has a silence, so he basically forces your enemies into only using their skill 1s. And he's also able to steal turn meter from the target. So he's really good, and he's going to be really annoying to face in PvP especially. One of my favorite SR units in the game, if I have to say so myself, and I'm going to take credit for being the one to put people on about Marvel, because so many people were sleeping on him until your boy posted his video, you know, showcasing his greatness in Etheria Restart. So the next unit is actually one that everyone knows, the boy Kraken. Now Kraken is a must-have SR unit in my opinion. He is going to make your farming in dungeons much easier. If you go into skill 3, basically if I read this, Kraken compresses energy into his briefcase and throws it at the enemy. When the briefcase lands, it transforms into part of the North Sea monster and strikes all enemies, dealing 220% damage, and it has a 75% chance to decrease 25% turn meter and a 40% chance to inflict a 1-turn freeze. If the target's turn meter is cleared after being decreased, the freeze chance increases to 100%. So basically, he freezes and stops you from doing anything. And why this is really good, this is really good for Doki Doki, right? Because in the Doki Doki boss fight, we're not actually fighting Doki Doki. It's not a 1v1 fight. We're just fighting her goons or mobs, right? So this is going to be really good. So we're stopping the enemy in their tracks and they're not actually able to do anything. And then obviously you can come in with your DPS and take out the enemies while they are freezed or frozen. And you know, if you can keep getting this off, as you level this up, the chance of getting the freeze off goes up. So his skill 3 was definitely a high priority to get up there in my opinion. And on day 1 on my whale account, I'm gonna stream it live. You guys are gonna see me. I'm gonna definitely try and level this up to level 5. This is definitely a skill that I want to take up to the max, as it's gonna make, like I said, your farming easier. Now if you go into his skill 2, Kraken summons multiple tentacles. I almost said something completely different when I read that. Tentacles to ensnare the target, dealing 220% damage with a 50% chance to inflict a 1-turn deep frozen. Deep frozen, target cannot take action or passively gain turn meter if the affected unit's HP is below 50% at the start of their turn. This effect will last an additional 1 turn. The extension can be triggered only once. So you guys are seeing, he is insane CC. He's freezing the units, stopping them from doing anything whatsoever. And then obviously his skill 1 here, he has a 30% chance to inflict a 1-turn defense down. His skill 1, you know, for skill 1 this is actually pretty good. For skill 1 this is really good. 60% defense down is really nice. So you guys can see here, he's just so good. He's so good. And what's really interesting, just before I get into the next unit real quick, is on I just noticed this like earlier today. I never really noticed this, but on Freya's banner, he is rate up, right? He's a rate up on Freya's banner. So I would, right, even if you manage to pull Freya early on this banner, I would, you know, I would risk it for the biscuit, and I would continue to do some pulls on this banner just for Kraken alone. You know, just for Kraken alone, because he has actually a increased rate up here on this banner, 4.5%. So the next unit that we're going to be talking about is Chiaki the Echo. Where's she at? Here she is. All right, so if we go into Ricade real quick, Bright Melody this is her skill 3. Shimmering phantom sounds inspire battle will as Chiaki plays her violin, increases all allies turn meter by 16% and inflicts a 2-turn attack up, and if targets already have attack up, additionally inflicts a 2-turn Ave Maria. What Ave Maria is basically you're immune to steal turn meter and turn meter reduction, and increases other allies turn meter by 4% at the end of the turn. So basically she buffs you, makes you immune to turn meter reduction, and what else? Boom. Yeah, that's pretty much what she does with her skill 3, and she obviously gives you turn meter as well. So she's gonna be really good, especially for the early days of PvP, especially. Just having that attack up is gonna be really nice. Yeah, and the turn manipulation is gonna get people. And then if you go into her skill 2, to overcome her fear of performing, Chiaki plucks the strings once more. Before her turn starts, if Chiaki is able to take action, she applies a 2-turn attack up to 2 random ally units. Boom. Yeah, so, and then at level 5, what's key to know here is that this increases to 3 allies. So it goes from 2 random allies to 3 random allies. That's really key here. So as you guys can see here, she's a buffer and she has a lot of manipulation in her kit. And as I did explain with Marvel through his guide video I made, and through the quick rundown I made of Marvel this video, control effects are going to be really key. And this, like, Chiaki is going to be a really good unit for real-time arena. You know, just having her there as like a backup if maybe if your opponent, you know, bans one of your buffers, she's going to be a good substitute for your supports. And then if you go into her skill 1, she deals 200% damage to a single enemy with a 60% chance to purify 1 debuff. So this is a cleanse, ladies and gentlemen. So not only Freya can cleanse in this game, so she's kind of like a free-to-play Freya in that sense. Alright, so the next SR unit is the Virtuous Maiden Sonia. Now I know what some of you are probably thinking, yo, the one, Sonia's a healer. Why, and we get a free healer on day 7. Why would I be building 2 healers? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me get to it. So you get the healer Ling Lu on day 7, so you're gonna need a healer to hold the position as your team's healer until that point. And Sonia's very good. You know, she's very good. And she's also gonna be very good for real-time arena. So if you go into her skill 3 right here, it's called Forest Heart. Basically, she increases max HP by 16% up to 2 stacks. This effect can't be dispelled, right? And it says here that this skill can revive a fallen target with the cost of an additional 3-turn cooldown. So she can actually revive fallen units. Now this is going to be huge for PvP for obvious reasons. If your opponent takes out your big, you know, one of your big hitters, you can revive them with Sonia. So if you go into her skill up, or sorry, her level ups for her skill 3, it says here that you increase the max HP boost healing effect. The level 3 reduces the additional skill cooldowns brought by reviving to 2, which is huge. And level 5 reduces the skill cooldown by 1 turn. So this is going to be a really powerful skill 3. So if you take a look at her skill 2, it's actually not your ordinary skill 2. This is actually going to be a passive ability, so this is automatically going to be happening. And it says here that at the end of the turn, she heals 2 allies with the lowest HP percentage by 12% of her max HP and purifies 1 debuff from them. So she's able to cleanse, and her healing effect increases by 0.5% for every 1% of HP she loses. So this is really nice being able to cleanse debuffs as well. And then her skill 1, Twine Dance, she deals 180% damage to single enemy and increases her turn meter by 15%. So she's a normal, she's her basic healer, but her key things is the revive. The revive is definitely her biggest attribute. Obviously the cleanse is nice, the cleanse is really cool. But yeah, that revive is huge, and makes her a SR unit that can save you in tough situations, whether it's PvP or PvE. All right, so the final SR unit we'll be talking about today is Dual Thorn Dina. Now she's a unit that many people aren't aware of, if I be honest. So she's a red attribute, and she's gonna be really good for bosses. She's gonna be a boss slayer. All right, so let me go into her kit real quick. So it says here that Dina deals 4 hits of 60% damage to all enemies, with each hit having a 40% chance to inflict a 2-turn defense down. If the target already has a defense down, instead it has a 25% chance to inflict a 2-turn vulnerable. Vulnerable means basically the enemy has an increased damage taken of 30%, and if the target already has vulnerable, instead has a 30% chance to inflict 2 stacks of erosion. So erosion is basically a damage over time. It says here, when taking the next crit damage, consumes 1 stack, causing the hit to additionally deal true damage equal to 60% of the attacker's attack, and increases the attacker's turn meter by 10%. And it says Dual Thorn Dina cannot trigger this effect. This is going to be in conjunction with your other units in your team. So let's say you land an erosion, the attack that this scales off of is going to be your other units. So let's say I'm running Messiah. So let's say I land erosion and erosion stack. Messiah crits, lands a crit, then the erosion is going to proc, and then it's going to deal 60% of Messiah's attack, right? And increases his attack turn meter by 10%, right? So that's why this is really good. So this works in conjunction with your other units, like your other DPS units. That's what that does. And obviously, so you guys see, this skill 3 is a 3-in-1 debuff package, right? If you already have the defense down, then you're gonna do vulnerable. If you already have vulnerable, then you are gonna get the erosion, right? Then you get the crit, then you're gonna get the true damage. So, and then you're obviously gonna increase that person's attack turn meter by 10%. So she has debuff, she has vulnerability, defense down, erosion, and turn meter manipulation, all in her skill 3. So she's a unit that's going to dominate your boss fights. The only places that she's going to struggle in the entire game is really the Doki Doki fight, because obviously, number 1, it's not a 1v1 fight, you're going to be fighting a mob. Number 2 is the main reason, actually, is because you're going to be fighting blue units, so she's going to have a type disadvantage, so she's not going to be able to really shine there. But for Teramaton, she's going to absolutely demolish Teramaton. She's absolutely going to demolish that stage. She's also going to be kind of bad in the blue union boss fights, in the union boss battle. But for everywhere else in the union, she's going to dominate. And in everywhere else for modules, she's going to do really good as well. If you quickly run down her skill 2, she's able to land erosion. It says there she deals 2 hits of 120% damage to single enemy Each hit having a 60% chance to inflict 2 stacks of erosion, so basically setting up the erosion. And then our skill 1 basically deals 200% damage to single enemy with a 25% chance to steal 15% turn meter. So this is nice turn manipulation there. So she's gonna be really nice, a really nice unit. Hopefully this video will help you out and put you on to SRs that are actually goated in this game. If I helped you out, leave a like and subscribe, it's much appreciated, and join my Discord, link in the description, if you want to talk about gacha games, or if you want to join my union, Lion's Pride. We'll be remaking this union for when the game comes out, so make sure to join the Discord if you want to be a part of that. And yeah, until next time, take care and peace, guys.
This is Escanor, the Lion Sin of Pride from 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you for watching the pinnacle of gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.